I often imagine what the world would be like without money silence. My name is Kathleen Burns Kingsbury, and I'm a wealth psychology expert and author. I started KBK Wealth Connection around 2009, and I took everything that I loved from the field of banking and finance and everything I loved from the field of psychology, and I blended them together. Money silence means the uncomfortable feelings or the lack of ability to openly and honestly discuss finances, not only in our society, but with our families and in our personal lives.
And she really emphasized how we need to do a better job communicating, connecting, and collaborating with clients to help them break money silence.
Advisors, if they started to teach their clients about talking about money and engaging in these wealth conversations, that there'd be a trickle-down effect, that then the clients would teach their kids or their parents, whatever the case may be, how to talk about money, and eventually we wouldn't even have to talk about money silence anymore. It would be that talking about finances was like talking about nutrition or exercise or academics, that it would be something that wouldn't be so taboo. 44% of Americans would rather engage in a discussion about death, dying, politics, or religion as opposed to personal finance. That's crazy.
So much is lost when we're silent. How often would it be if we talk to our children about our estate plans and why we may have given this to one child and this to another, or maybe even unequal, all of these things would be accepted if we just talked about it.
The financial literacy crisis in our country is very serious, but we haven't really paid attention to it. Only about 40% of adults, no matter what your gender is, pass a basic financial literacy test. So it's hard to teach your kids if you don't know what you're teaching.
A lot of the things that hold us back or that create obstacles in relationships are these kinds of difficult conversations. And the more we can learn about how to have those conversations, the better off we're going to be.
I thought the funniest thing that Kathleen said is, when was the last time someone had a meaningful conversation with a robo-advisor about breaking money silence? It just doesn't happen.
The only one who can have a meaningful conversation and coach their clients to engage in money talk are human beings, live advisors like you.
She gives the financial advisor and planner tips to break that silence, as well as the general consumer, myself. In reading the book, I can see now how I've hurt my children by not talking about money, by hiding away or making it such a dirty topic when it really isn't.
Instead of talking about the money, talking about how we talk about money as the first step to really coming to terms with the role that money plays in our life.
Most of us find it difficult to talk about. I think especially when you're dealing with families and sibling rivalries, parents who may not have been taught about money.
We're not comfortable talking about it. In fact, my 8-year-old daughter asked last night, "Mommy, if I give you a number, will you tell me yes or no? I want to know how much you make." I thought to myself, she's asking a question that I wasn't mature enough to ask until 20 years later. Let's have the money conversation now.
I'm not alone with my family that lots of people don't talk about finances. Even when I work in the industry, I still don't talk about it with my family as much as I would have hoped because of the hang-ups that most people have.
Kathleen Burns Kingsbury does it again. Her new book, Breaking Money Silence, really is the crux of where we need to be going.
Well, I've joined the Breaking Money Silence revolution, really because Kathleen, a professional that I so respect, has launched this ambitious challenge to do it.
So the Breaking Money Silence revolution is an idea that I came up with when I was writing the book. I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could really shift and change our society and we can talk more effectively about money and learn from each other. And I thought, wow, if we could start a revolution, all right, a lofty goal, but if we could start a revolution, then it would have a trickle-down effect.
She challenged us to go home, go back to our practices, whatever, and initiate one conversation about money that we would otherwise hold back from having. I mean, this is the beginning of change.
I think that our society would be healthier. I think families would be healthier. There'd be less divorce. The next generation would be more financially literate. Things like a government shutdown wouldn't happen because people would know how to engage in money conversations early and often and be able to work through those differences. And so overall, I think it would be a really great place to live. And my hope is that my contribution in my career is to make that world a reality.